Hi everyone. Yes, finally I have some time to do a prediction video. I am so happy, and I am even happy that the prediction video that I am doing is for the NHK Trophy. I love whenever figure skating events happen in Japan because the Japanese figure skating fan is so educated, they're so attentive, they're so supportive. So I'm hoping for there to be a pack house for NHK. I'm hoping for the audience to be there for the skaters, whether they skate well or not, just to be there to support them. I love the vibe that is always there whenever there's an event in Japan. I hope to one day be able to go to NHK. That's one of my hopes. Now, before I do my prediction for NHK, which will probably be wrong because, listen, the ice is slippery, the blades are thin, and this is figure skating. Whatever could happen will happen. So all my predictions this season have not gone 100%. So I might be wrong with this prediction as well, but I still want to do it. But before I start, Rico Mura and Ryuichi Kihara, if they pulled out of the NHK, so I have them on my list so far. So I'm gonna start with pairs, and this is my prediction on how I think it should go. I think Rico Mura and Ryuichi Kihara should win NHK. Now, I know they have some, health conditions. So I hope they're coming back at 100%. And if they're not 100%, I hope they decide, to put their health first. But if they come back here and they're at 100% and they're mostly clean, I feel like the judges will give it to them. Being that it is in Japan, this is NHK. I think it would be very difficult for one of the other teams to beat them, especially as they are the current reigning world champion. So I think, barring a disaster, this should definitely be a gold medal for them if they enter. In second place, I'm going to put Rebecca Gallardi and Filippo Ambrosini. They just won a silver medal last week. I feel like they're going to go into, NHK with all of the momentum that they got at Cup of China. I think they're going to want to medal here so that they can make it to the Grand Prix final. I think NHK is going to be a very important step for Rebecca as well as for Felipe. So I think they're going to do very well at this competition. So I have them in my silver medal position. Now, the bronze medal, I'm actually doing like a two-way split between Emily Chen, Spencer Akira Howie from the US, and then Anastasia Goluberva and Hector G. Moore. Um, we haven't seen Emily and Spencer all season, so this will be their first time competing on the international. They didn't do any senior Grand Prix that I can remember. So this is gonna be their first time competing. They're either gonna be great or they're going to be rusty. If they can give it 75%, again, this is a pair with fabulous elements, good twists, good lift. They have great chemistry, but they lack consistency. So if anything is going to hold Emily and Spencer back, it's definitely going to be that consistency. But if they can come up here at like 70%, I believe the judges will put them on the podium. And then if not, I can definitely see them going with Anastasia Guluberva and Hector Moore. Now, this is a young team that's transitioning from junior to senior. They have not had the best season. They have not had really good competition, but the foundation is there. All of their elements are there. So I feel like it's more like a mind thing where they just need to deliver where it counts. And then my dark horse, because they have found themselves on the podium when other pairs just didn't show up. My dark horse is Kellyanne Lauren and Lucas Ethier. I feel like if the other teams really just do not show up at this event, Kellyanne and Lucas can find themselves with another Grand Prix medal as they have found themselves there previously. Now, guys, men is going to be the most stressful part of NHK for me, and I'm going to tell you why. No matter how I look at this event, I feel like Ekaterina, the queen of 40%, is going to work her magic and she's going to go home with a medal. And I do not want that. So I'm not putting it into my universe. This is for me. Well, there's the dream of what I want to happen. There's the reality of what I hope happen, and then there's the horror of what might happen. My dream podium would be Shoma Uno, Yuma Kagiyama, Denis Vasiliev. That is the three I would like to see on the podium. What I'm going to take in reality, because we cannot trust Dennis. So what I would like to take in reality is Shoma Uno, Yuma Kagiyama, and Gabriele Fagapini on that podium. What I think Iteri might be able to pull off could be a Shoma Uno, Yuma Kagiyama, and Nika Igaze. To have Nika Igaze with his bottom basement Moulin Rouge on the same podium as Shoma Uno and Yuma Kagiyama would destroy something in my figure skating spirit. So I am praying for you, Fragapini. Come on, Fragapini. You can do it. This is how I want to see it happen. Honestly, Shoma Uno, I want him to come here. He's already had his first competition at Cup of China. They know what they need to work on. I want him to come here and have a really good short program and a cleaner long program. I think he has that in him. Yuma Kagiyama for me is the silver. He's doing the comeback. He's not gonna have as difficult as program tech as some of the other competitors, but his skating skill, his speed, his knee bend, his edges, everything. If he can be somewhat clean, there should be an easy silver for him. I will be lighting up all of the Dollar Tree candles. Nope, $1.25 tree candles that I could get my hands on. And I will be praying to all the figure skating gods that Gabriele Fagapini, the penny, puts it together. He looked good at Cup of China. I hope he carries that momentum. He comes in here and he sees the possibility of getting a medal, and he comes in here and he is able to deliver, and the judges give him the bronze medal. I think in fourth place by 10% is going to be Ekaterina sitting in that kissing cry, rubbing Nika's knees, trying to calm him down because he thought he did something and should have gotten a gold medal. She's going to be out there rubbing his knees, calming him down. I think Nika Giza is going to get that Ekaterina bonus after he rips open his shirt at his bargain basement Moulin Rouge, and he's going to get the pewter and be in fourth place. I am praying Denis Vasiliev can finally skate these two programs clean. And if he can, then I would happily give him that bronze medal. But I already know that's highly unlikely. So I feel like if he can have a top 5, top 6 finish, if Fragapini cannot get the job done, then I know for a certain Lucas Brucci will get the job done. He is rocking that African theme. He is into it. I think he's going to come and get himself on that podium. So Fragapini, if he could do it, but if not, Lucas Brucci for the bronze medal. That is how I see it playing out in my mind. It's definitely going to be Shoma, it's going to be Yuma, and it's going to be Lucas or Gabriele. Please let it play out that way, because I really can't take Ekaterina and her knee rubbing 40% self sitting in that kiss and cry getting a medal. I really can't, guys. And how I hope it plays out, because I can't have Nika and Ekaterina and her 40% on that podium, guys. I really can't. And then to dance, This is basically very basic. The Italian Charlene Gennard and Marco Fabri should walk away with this gold medal. Hopefully Marco's Twizzles will be good and everything will go well. They should walk away with the medal. What's going to be important here is how close is the scores between the Italian and the Brits. I know Lila Fear and Lewis Gibson are going to get the silver medal here, but how close will the judges put their scores to the Italian? Now, for the bronze medal, I'm kind of torn a little. I'm pretty sure that the judges will go with Yulia Tekakila and Mateus Velus. But you guys know I really like Allison Reed and Salus Ambrovilicius. So I am not too sure how this will really play out. I think it'll probably be Julia and Matthias. But I feel like Allison and Salus are starting to climb. So either one of them could end up with that bronze medal um, at NHK. And then rounding up the top six, I think Marie Jade Laurent and Romain Lagat. I love that Corpse Bride. Love their free dance. So unique, so innovative, so them. I love it. I am a fan. But I don't think the judges are a fan because, the judges have this really standard box that they want everything to fit into. And this pair definitely does not fit into that box. Then I think, Emily Barty and Ian Somerville. You guys know how I feel about Ian. I think he's one of the best up and coming male ice dancers out there. And Emily is really good as well. I think, they're slowly building so that they can be that next generation when this current generation retires. And unfortunately, I think it's going to continue a downward spiral for the Georgian Maria Kazakova and Gregory Rivera. I was such a fan of this young pair as juniors. And again, it's devastating what's happening to them, but that is the effect of, nepotism of the century baby. It's what happened to the Russian ice dance program, and it's what's happening to them. I actually pray that they don't go down without a fight. I hope they decide to fight because they're a really good pair and they have potential, and it would be a waste to see it just go down without a fight. So I hope Maria and Gregory decides to fight, but we'll have to wait and see. And then finally, the women. I actually have no idea how the women is going to go. I'm heartbroken that Mai Miyahara again is not going to be here to compete. I was so hopeful that this would be her season, that she would eventually make it to that Grand Prix, she would make it to Worlds and maybe even get on that world podium. The closest she's ever got, I believe, is fourth place. So I really wanted her to get on the world podium. But at the same time, again, being healthy is the most important thing. So if she needs the time to work on her health, go right ahead, Mai. Take all the time that you need. Now, based on the skaters that are entered and based on what the judges have done so far, I don't know what's going to happen, guys. This is what I think should happen because I have no idea. Hyen Lee should win this. Honestly speaking, if Hyen could skate her two programs cleanly, there's no reason why she shouldn't win this competition. Yalen Kim could be in second place. She has not had one clean outing all of this season. This can either continue to be a downward spiral for her or she can finally get it back together and this could be the point, her turning point in the season. I really want Wakaba Higuchi to get a Grand Prix medal here. The way the judges are playing Wakaba in the PCs makes no sense to me. Well, it does make sense to me because the Japanese Federation simply they do not support their athlete. So it does make sense in a way, but it's still very sad. So I hope she can have two clean performances here and that she can manage to get on the podium. I think if Wakaba is not on that podium, the judges might put Brady Tennell. But then again, it depends on the tech caller. If we have a generous tech caller who do not call Brady's jumps under rotation and do not give her cues and her E's and her carrot, then we could find Brady on the podium. But if we have a tech caller who's like, not on my watch, then it might be difficult for Brady Tennell. But I'm still, at worst, I'm having her in fourth place. A person who probably could be on the podium, but the judges just do not want to go with her, is Anastasia Gabanova. She I don't know. I don't know. Somebody said the reason why she's not working with Ekaterina is because she said in an interview Ekaterina's girls take drugs. But I thought that was another skater. It was another skater who got shipped off. I think she got shipped off to Georgia. I think it was the other skater that got shipped off to Georgia or another Eastern European country that said Eteri skaters take drugs. She said it was the drugs. And at that time, she was with Eteri. When on an interview, she said Eteri skaters, it's the drugs. But maybe Anastasia Gabanova also said something about the Eteri girls taking drugs, and that's why Eteri is not working with her. That's what I read in the comments, so don't come at me for it. I'm just saying what I read in the comment. Whatever the situation is, whether it's Eteri blacklisting her or something else, the judges have not gone with Anastasia Gabanova this season. Could NHK finally be the place where this change? Could this be where the judges finally decide to be kind to Gabanova? I don't know. I do not know. I feel like I don't think so. I think even if she has a clean short program and a clean long program, I don't think the judges are going to go with her. I just don't see it. And I just want to make sure I'm getting the name correctly because you guys wrote it out for me. Gubanova. Gubanova. I just don't think the judges are going to go with Gubanova. I don't see it. Even if she does come out here and have a clean short program and a clean long program, I just don't see it. And then a passable dark horse who could get on the podium if the US finally get their act together is Lindsay Thorngreen. She has two really good programs this season. Her jump technique is not bad. She does have a little under rotation that she needs to work in. Her packaging is so much better this season than it has ever been. I feel like if Lindsay Thorngreen come here and she skates clean and the US Federation decides to stop putting all their eggs in one basket and they decide to push for Lindsay Thorngreen, she could be the dark horse that ends up on the podium. And then lastly, I think maybe Seong Wee could do something here. But also she's another skater with a lot of potential, but who's also very inconsistent. I mean, there's just so much that could happen in the ladies. I honestly do not know. I mean, Wakaba could win this. High-end could win this. Yalen could win this. Hell, if the judges are feeling generous, even Gubanova could win this. I just don't know. We have to just wait and see. But these are my prediction. But again, this is figure skating. And in figure skating, the ice is slippery. The blades are thin. And anything that could happen will happen. But you guys let me know. How do you think the podium will play out at NHK? Leave me a comment.